Hope is such a powerful human emotion, maybe the most powerful one God has given us. But how do we have hope? Where do we find hope when we just feel helpless? Kind of feeling where like the world is falling apart, and maybe even if you were bold enough to say it out loud, you feel like God has abandoned you. That is the language King David uses to open Psalm 60. He feels abandoned by God, like the world is falling apart. So how does he find hope? Well, he starts by calling on God to rescue those that he loves. He bases his hope for salvation on his identity as one loved by God. And then God speaks. And when God speaks, there's certainty in every line. I will do this. I will rescue my people. And God even goes so far to say, I'll make my enemies like a wash basin, which means like something that I clean my feet in. I'll totally subdue them. And it is God's promise that gives David hope. And he ends the psalm saying, you know what? We will be victorious because God will be the one that gets the victory through us. So I think there's a word to us there. If you're feeling helpless, to start with, what has God said about you? He has said that you are saved from your sin if you believe that Jesus is Lord and that God raised him from the dead. You're saved. He has said that he is with you, Matthew 28, until the very end of the age. He said that even when you don't know how to pray, especially in those times where you feel helpless, the Spirit of God who's with you, he's the one who's praying on your behalf to God. You know what? There's a lot more promises that are in the Bible for you. And I think a great exercise maybe for you is to go and write down, what has God said? What are the promises? Write them down. What are the promises that God has said about who I am in Christ? And let God's certain word start to stir up hope for you for a brighter tomorrow.